And first at 7, our first warning weather team is monitoring the chance for severe storms in Central Florida.
That severe weather slammed much of North Florida this morning, and we are learning these storms were deadly. The Leon County Sheriff's Office says a woman died after a tree fell onto her home, and now Governor Ron DeSantis is declaring a state of emergency for 12 counties as people from Tallahassee to Jacksonville clean up the widespread damage.
Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi joins us now. Tony, we are seeing some storms here, but things have calmed down significantly. We could see another line of storms, though.
Yeah, that's well said. We're not done yet. In fact, Stu, you take a look off towards the west. We are starting to see some redevelopment now to our north and our west. So that's something we're going to be watching again very, very carefully. Look up north along the I-10 corridor. We had 44 reports now of wind damage across that area, and now still 75,000 to 80,000 people in Leon County without power. As you mentioned, we're in a little bit of a break right now, but up to our north and our west have highlighted a couple of rapidly developing thunderstorms down in the northern Gulf of Mexico. If you take a look at that trajectory, as this develops, it could land back again in central and northern Florida. So that's what we're going to be watching very, very carefully. In fact, let me show you a futurecast here. You can see a nice little redevelopment here taking shape as we get into the overnight. Models are starting to back off a little bit on this in comparison to where we were earlier this morning, but the bottom line, we're not out of the woods. That's the actual cold front that is going to be coming on through. So the forecast overnight tonight, if there is a window of opportunity for some showers and storms here in downtown Orlando, we think that's going to be from about 10 o'clock through about 1 o'clock in the morning. All right now, much of Tallahassee is cleaning up from severe storms from earlier today. The weather did damage on the campuses of FAMU and FSU this morning when a suspected tornado touched down. Joining me now is Professor of Meteorology Nancy Dignon, who joins us live to talk more about the damage. Nancy, give us an update on Leon County. How bad is it where you are? And can you kind of give us an update on those power outages?
What I'm seeing is the power outages right now are just under about 80,000. It actually went up from earlier this morning, and I think more, the soil was very loose. A lot of the trees were toppling pretty easily on some of the power poles. The damage on the south side of town, it's FAMU, the campuses where summer session has just begun. Those were the areas of most severe damage, and it's extensive. It's the stuff that everybody's comparing to hurricane type damage at this point.
You know, this was a very fast-moving weather maker today. Were you surprised at how fast it moved in and how quickly it rolled out, and in its wake, what we saw and what we're still learning?
I think so, because it was only late last night that the Storm Prediction Center had said the enhanced risk would drop a little farther south, and with that, it would put, North Florida in the risk area as opposed to South Georgia, which had seen a round of storms last night. And then it kind of rolled through quickly. Even the campuses locally in Leon County were open. And then as soon as the kids were starting to get dropped off at school, all of a sudden they had to put a freeze on the buses so that they would not be at risk. And everybody was huddled up in the halls. And then, of course, they had to cancel classes once they started to see some of the damage.
So let's talk about your campus, FSU. I saw plenty of pictures today of, the baseball field being damaged, but you didn't hear much about the rest of the very large campus. What are you hearing from folks on the campus itself as far as schools and classes? We've got the weekend to kind of clean up here. And how are students dealing with this sudden change in their life?
I think the good news is there aren't as many students on campus during the summer. The bad news, of course, is what happened. I think there's a lot of trees down across the area. It really was, though, where Doak Campbell, Dick Hauser are, and then areas south of there, what they call the Railroad Square. It's a very eclectic area, a lot of arts, but it was destroyed. You'll see a video of the roofs just ripped off, and it's just widespread damage. And, it's heart-wrenching to see some of these local business owners and now having to put the pieces back together there. But that side, it was kind of a hub area. I won't be surprised if the Weather Service does, in fact, confirm it as a tornado in that specific location. Yeah,
just looking at some of the videos you're speaking there, certainly it does look like you got the metal and everything twisted around. Nancy, it was a great talking to you tonight, and I know you're probably getting ready like us for the upcoming hurricane season. We hope it's not busy up there for you, and we hope it's not busy for us down here, but all indications are now is the time to prepare, and it is likely to be busy. Thanks again for your time tonight.
Thank you, Tony.